The older brother had only scolded his younger brother a few times, but unexpectedly, countless insects suddenly crawled out of the boy's body. Seeing this, the mother hugged her son despite the danger. The rescue workers tried to save them, but they were surrounded by the insects, so they had no choice but to seal the room with tape. When the man arrived with everyone else, he immediately began observing the situation inside the room. He discovered that the entire room was already covered with insects. However, the mother was still holding on to her son and refused to let go. One of the boys was so frightened that he immediately backed into a corner. The man explained that the insects had been attracted by something inside the room. Another boy then said that he could take the object out. The boy reached his finger into the room. The next second, countless threads shot out from his finger. Soon, they formed a huge web, but just as he was about to use the web to grab the object, the insects ate through the web. Fortunately, everyone closed the door in time, preventing the insects from crawling out. Seeing this, another boy said that he could give it a try. The man was delighted to hear that. Ignoring the objections from the other two boys, he opened the door and let him enter. The next second, the insects immediately covered the boy's body. However, the boy was completely unharmed. That was because he was a half yokai, who had no blood and could not feel pain. Even fear and disgust had been erased by his adoptive parents. Soon, the boy found the object that attracted the insects. Following the man's instructions, the boy lifted up the object. The next second, all the insects disappeared. Seeing this, the older brother rushed into the room. The rescue workers quickly followed and took everyone to the hospital. Unexpectedly, the object that attracted the insects turned out to be a pair of shoes. However, the man explained that the insects had been attracted by guilt. At that moment, the older brother suddenly arrived. It turned out that the younger brother had noticed that their mother was always wearing worn-out shoes, so he secretly stole a new pair of shoes because he wanted to give them to his mother, but he accidentally attracted the insects. Fortunately, as long as the shoes were returned to their rightful owner, the insects would never appear again.